Several Liberal cabinet ministers were at a daycare in Ontario today, re-announcing over $200 million in funding to create more childcare spaces in the province. The money is part of the federal government's National Childcare Plan. The program is supposed to deliver $10 a day childcare across the country. But some provinces are taking longer than expected to reach that goal, including Ontario. The CBC's Karina Roman joins me live from Ottawa. So Karina, the ministers took questions after their announcement. What stood out to you from that Q&A?
Well, none of the questions on the announcement itself really stood out because it was the pointed answers from the Minister Jenna Sudds that really stood out. She was asked, how is the money that they are re-announcing today going to help that area in particular? Why are other provinces at $10 a day already when Ontario is double that on average? Sudds said that, you know, there is an expectation that Ontario will be there by 2026, but that's 2 years from now. Also asked, what about care providers in Ontario who say they either can't afford to join and sign up with the national program or that they need to leave it because of costs? She did say that that is something that is of concern because, of course, it would jeopardize the whole goal of creating more affordable spaces. And when she talked about the concern, particularly about providers leaving or not joining, she did seem to say there was one specific culprit in that. Have a listen to what she had to say.
I think that's a consequence, unfortunately, of a delay of process with respect to the province of Ontario coming forward with a sustainable long-term funding formula for providers. The province is responsible to foster those relationships, to get input and to work with the providers and to flow the money so that providers have that sustainability and know that they can confidently continue to provide high-quality services, but also to grow the number of spaces.
Now, Sudds was asked whether or not she believes that Ontario is all in terms of its thoughts on being part of this program and really believing in the program. And she said that, she hasn't heard otherwise, which wasn't possibly the most reassuring answer. But she did say repeatedly that she wants Ontario, she believes Ontario needs to step up and do its part to make this work.
So what does Ontario say in response to all of this?
Well, Ontario, of course, did respond when, I went to Minister Lecce's office and said, okay, so what does Ontario say in response to this? And they sent us a statement indicating that they do believe that Ontario has been doing its part. I'll read part of that statement for you. Our government has helped to cut childcare fees by 50% and is on track to build 86,000 new spaces for the benefit of Ontario families. This is meaningful progress as we reduce the fees for working families. And then it goes on to say Ontario continues to call on the federal government to step up with more funding and flexibility as we urge the day we signed the agreement. And it goes on from there because this is all about the benefit for parents and children in terms of affordable care. That call for more money is not new, but you don't hear a response from the federal government saying, okay, sure, other than what was in the budget, in the 2024 budget. So you do get a sense that there is not a scene of eye to eye on this, and you wonder what that means for Ontario parents sort of caught in the middle. So obviously a story we'll keep watching.
Karina, thank you. The CBC's Karina Roman in Ottawa.